Sure, Ncuti Gatwa may have left the show, but that isn't stopping us getting new exclusive scenes of the 15th Doctor.
It's empty. You could not have a more empty space. So maybe you invite people in and say it's destiny. Smile that smile.
Is Tom Baker returning to Doctor Who? Yes, that's genuinely a question some people are asking. The BBC's gone mad! Sea Devils can't be called Sea Devils anymore! More exciting updates on the missing episodes. And has the BBC struck a deal with a new streaming service, a quite controversial amongst the fandom streaming service, to secure the future of Doctor Who now that Disney have departed? It's coming from a very reliable source who was the one to break the news about the war between the land and the sea airing this year, so they do know what they're talking about. We're gonna listen to all that, break that all down, and talk about this new streaming deal that the BBC are in talks with. And we'll cover that whole host of questions, news, updates and stuff for Doctor Who. If you're new here, this is a hub for everything Doctor Who. You want your news, you want your reviews, you want podcasts, you want fan films, literally everything on this channel, so subscribe if that's your kind of thing. But those are the headlines. Let's jump in and break down each story. The other day, the official BBC Doctor Who page posted this. It says, "The TARDIS needs you. Can you help UNIT find out where on earth the blue box is landing next? Log in to UNIT HQ on the Doctor Who website now to join the missions and unlock some special rewards." I remember when this sort of thing happened back in the Flux era of Doctor Who, and everyone went through all these loopholes. Let's go down this online marketing rabbit hole, and it was just like a picture of the 13th Doctor that we hadn't seen before, plus like the eye of Swarm, which was incredibly anticlimactic. So I didn't have high hopes for this, I'm not gonna lie. But to be fair, they've started leaving little Easter egg clues to deleted scenes from Series 15. Now, last year, for the 23rd of November, the 61st anniversary of Doctor Who, they released all the Season 1 deleted scenes. Here, I don't know why they're doing it early. I presumed it was going to be 23rd of November, but maybe they're leaving that for a sort of War Between the Land and the Sea update kind of thing. But we have 2 exclusive new scenes that were deleted from Series 15, both of which are incredibly good, and I do not understand why they were deleted. Probably timings, but come on guys, they're really good. Like, I stand by the Robot Revolution is such a banger of an episode. Belinda is a peak companion, and I'll play you a tiny clip of it. You can go and find the full clip yourself online. But there's more from Belinda. There's talk of a prophecy.
The Jadagam. All those years ago. It said I would travel, but it never said one way.
But what if that prophecy is binding us together?
Which is expanded upon in the novelisation of the Robot Revolution, if you want to read that. But it makes me so sad. What happened? I remember the hype and the excitement. Robot Revolution, peak. Lux, peak. The Well, pretty good. Lucky Day, pretty good. Story in the Engine, yeah, it was alright. Interstellar Song Contest, oh dear. And then the finale, which is divisive. I think the finale's such a mixed bag. I mean, this isn't a review of Season 2, but I'll get back on track. The first scene is from the end of the Robot Revolution. It's just an extended conversation between the Doctor and Belinda in the TARDIS.
And no prophecy is in charge of me.
The second scene we've got is from Lucky Day, and it expands upon, which we desperately needed, more of Ruby's birth mum and Ruby's family. But yeah, it's Conrad meeting the Sundays and Ruby's birth mum, and it's just like a nice little scene. It's got a little bit of your classic Russell T Davies what are you doing humour, where Cherry starts like, I'm pretty sure she just like smacks Conrad's bum.
Such a firm grip.
Get back to bed, you must be freezing.
Cherry is thirsty. Conrad can't warm me up.
Are we sure Moffat didn't just come in and like write that one little stage direction? I'm just saying. Either way, both of them are really cool scenes. You should go and check them out. It's such a shame they weren't included. I want like a director's cut, like the Russell cut, where you've just got all of these scenes left in. It's like last year with the Empire of Death, that scene deleted with the 15th Doctor and his whistle, where he sends it back in time. it makes so much more sense and it makes the episode better. The cutting of the explanation as to why they all start singing in The Devil's Chord also, like, I don't know what these cuts are for. To keep this stuff in. Anyway, our next item is just a quick one. Let's just nip this in the bud before it gets any further. Last video I made, there were a couple of comments. They made me go like, what? There were people going, what do you mean, Joe? Haven't you seen the news? It's officially confirmed that Tom Baker is coming back for the 2026 Christmas special. And I read them and was like, what on earth are you talking about? And now I'm sat here and I'm like, come on, guys. I'm pretty sure, look, it's getting difficult to tell nowadays, but I am 90% sure that is AI. Like, I don't even think that's a real picture of Tom Baker. That's certainly a photoshopped t-shirt on the man. But I tried to trace the origins of this rumour, because I was like, where's this come from? And then I got sent it by a family member. And there's only one place that it could have been. Facebook. Yep, I don't know why, but it's going around on Facebook that Tom Baker's coming back. BBC just confirmed a Christmas gift for Doctor Who fans. The Time Lord returns in 2026 with a festive special and a brand new series featuring the legendary Tom Baker. Yeah, it's just not true. It's just not happening. I'm not being funny, guys. There is absolutely no way Tom Baker's coming back. I would love to see it. I genuinely would. He is one of, if not the best Doctor of all time. He's peak. He's brilliant. He's amazing. But come on, guys. It's always Facebook where these, like, really ridiculous, completely random rumours, because it's not even like, oh, leaked insider says. It's just like, this is a fact. It's happening. I mean, Tom Baker was actually asked back for Power of the Doctor to do one of those Guardians of the Edge scenes, and I'm pretty sure he turned it down. I don't know whether that was a health-related thing or because it was in the middle of a pandemic, but I can't see Tom Baker coming back to Doctor Who at all, so sorry to disappoint, guys, not happening. Now, another headline that I've seen all going around the place, it caused a stir on Twitter as well. It's always Twitter, isn't it? I hate Twitter. But it's racist to say Sea Devil, is what all these headlines are saying. Like, just Google The War Between the Land and the Sea. The amount of headlines going, Russell T Davies has done it again, the woke police. I beg you read the context of Russell's statements, because everything he's saying makes complete sense. Like, don't just go with the crazy headlines. Doctor Who spin-off The War Between the Land and the Sea gives new name for classic monster. It's racist to say sea devils. When the sea devils rise again, they're not monsters, they're Homo aqua. Now, you can debate amongst yourselves as to whether that's a good name in the first place, but like, the Silurians, I'm pretty sure, are called like Homo Siluria or something. But point is, these creatures aren't going to be called sea devils. Like, this isn't even the first time Doctor Who's done this. In the infamous episode Legend of the Sea Devils, the 13th Doctor says, Sea Devil, and the Sea Devil's like, alright, land parasite. Like, it's basically a slur. Now, obviously it's not that deep. Like, it sounds silly to say. But, like, in the context of the universe, of course, if the show is about sea devils coming out of the water, being annoyed at humans for causing global warming, polluting the oceans, etc., of course they're going to be like, actually, call me by our species name. Their species name isn't going to be sea devil. Like, that's a term that would have originated with sailors. It's racist to say sea devil, screenwriter Russell T Davies tells the Radio Times, with a twinkle in his eye. He's not scolding you. In the context of the show, he says the sea-dwelling race prefer to be called Homo aqua, and don't call them monsters. Arguably, it's we humans who are the villains of the piece. I can't lie, it makes a load of sense. I really struggle to see why this has been causing outrage. After years of humankind polluting the oceans, Homo aqua have had enough, with violence brewing unless human negotiator Barclay, played by Russell Tovey, and aquatic ambassador Salt, Gugu and Bartha Raw, can broker peace. And that's where you get your little Romeo and Juliet human sea devil plot. Russell goes on to talk about the fact that he'd actually already had this idea, and this was one of the things he pitched right away to Disney when this whole streaming deal came into existence back in 2022, 2021 era. He went straight in, he said, I had this idea separately first, but weirdly it needs the Doctor Who setting. If I just go and pitch this cold, saying there is a race of creatures that live in the sea, they'd say, Really? Are you sure? The pre-existence of the Sea Devils, you can't say that anymore, Russell, takes all the problems out of it. And one thing that is exciting, because I've been saying for ages, like, there's a lot of people who aren't excited for the spin-off. I am genuinely quite hyped, because one of my favourite Doctor Who sort of products, spin-offs, is Torchwood Children of Earth, which structurally seems to be very similar to this spin-off. And Russell here confirms that it's deliberately tougher than Doctor Who. There are things here that would never happen in a Doctor Who story, Davies says. It's in the same universe, but just a different slant. I'm really pleased with it. This comes off the back as well. There's no Doctor, no TARDIS. I mean, we don't even have a current Doctor or TARDIS technically, but this is Doctor Who universe, but a completely separate story, which I'm very excited to see. So there you go, all of you land parasites. Strap in. Sea Devil spin-off. No, sorry, Homo Aqua spin-off coming soon. Another quick update, which is pretty exciting. The new edition of Doctor Who magazine has come out this month, as it does every month. Once again, I'm going to clarify, I'm not sponsored by them, but you're clearly here because you like Doctor Who news. You get a whole heap of it in Doctor Who magazine. This month you get an exclusive interview with Carol Ann Ford, and Benjamin Cook's the guy who did this interview as per usual. She says that she wants to come back. She wants to meet Daleks again. She wants to be in a Christmas special, all singing, all dancing, etc. I'm telling you now, 2026, Susan's going to be there. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if the first scene of the episode is... Because look, I'm just going to lay out my quick prediction for 2026's Christmas special. I'll expand upon this in another video at some point. We're going to pick up directly from the regeneration. Billie Piper's face is here. She goes, what? She walks into the TARDIS. Susan is there. Susan is going to be like, yeah, there's some weird stuff going on, isn't there, Doctor? The boss, whoever that is, we're going to need to stop that. The Doctor's like, I'm not even the Doctor. What's going on? Where is the Doctor? How do we find the Doctor? As in, Billie Piper's not quite the Doctor. She's like, we need to find the Doctor. So they go to Earth. They pick up the David Tennant by-generated Doctor. That all comes into play. La-di-da-di-da. You tie it up. Susan, Tennant, Piper, possibly Daleks, and Ncuti Gatwa has a brief appearance. Then Russell bows out. That's where I think we're headed. But in Doctor Who magazine as well, we've also got an interview with some of the people from Film is Fabulous, who are the people recovering the missing Doctor Who episodes. I've done a bunch of news updates on what's happening with the episodes, but it sounds quite positive. I'm not going to read you all the article, etc. As I say, you can check out Doctor Who magazine if you want, but the vibe I'm getting from it is that very, very soon, I'm not going to make a prediction because it might not come true, but I'm going to make a prediction. I wouldn't be surprised if on the 23rd of November we hear an update officially from the BBC on whatever episode has been recovered, because in the last update it's basically confirmed there is an episode out there that they know a collector has sadly passed away and he had a missing episode. That episode will soon be returned to the BBC. As I say, there's more updates in Doctor Who magazine. They do reiterate, though, that it can take time, and they've got to remember, like, it's a lengthy process. They're not just there to find Doctor Who. It's called Film is Fabulous. They're also mainly prioritising and looking at films. When they take a collector's collection on, they've got to treat every piece of media that collector has as equal, which is absolutely right. Rest assured, we're doing all we can to ensure that these finds will get into the public domain as quickly as possible, so that we can all sit down and enjoy what we thought was lost forever. I do want to quickly reiterate something which I've said in a prior video, but the people sending Film is Fabulous death threats, violence threats, any threats, sort it out. It's crazy. I feel like I'm in quite an aggressive mood in this video. Sorry guys, I don't know what's come over me. I think it's probably the AI Tom Baker rumour that it's just slightly annoyed me for some reason. But point is, don't go and send Film is Fabulous threats. It's crazy. Just let them do their work. They're doing a fabulous job. The best you can do to help is donate to Film is Fabulous, and then hopefully the missing episodes will be recovered. And then our final big headline, big story that you're probably quite interested in is the new streaming partner that Doctor Who and the BBC may have partnered with. Now obviously we've had the news, Disney are gone. Well and truly done. They're going to air The War Between the Land and the Sea sometime in 2026, but after that, it's free reign. Doctor Who will be produced, there will be a special, and there will be the future, new seasons. But what those new seasons hold, we don't know. I'm pretty sure that the special is going to be in-house, Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf. That lot will bow out, and then a new series with a new team, and possibly this new partnership with Paramount Plus will come into play. Now, this name, Paramount Plus, has been mentioned in a couple of articles, but one of the primary sources where I heard this was the Radio Free podcast. No, the Radio Free Scaro podcast, sorry. Now, this podcast were the people to break the news basically a week before it was announced by the BBC. These guys were like, our industry insiders, our sources are telling us that The War Between the Land and the Sea will now air at the end of this year as originally intended, and it'll air at a different time on Disney+. That partnership is basically done. Lo and behold, a week later, the Disney partnership was officially revealed to be over, and the spin-off airing this year. So this isn't a completely uncredible, ridiculous source. Now, they also aren't claiming that the deal is done. I imagine when that deal is done, it will be hitting the headlines everywhere, if it's done, that is, because apparently there's a little bit of contention behind the scenes because Paramount Plus want the entire back catalogue of Doctor Who if they are to be funding whatever the next era is. Now, that is a difficult one because internationally, maybe that would be fine. I mean, the rights have come off HBO Max internationally for New Who, so because they had like a 5-year deal, that happened, I think in July, they left HBO Max, so those rights are able to be given to a new streamer, which I think is what the BBC are banking on for the future of Doctor Who. But apparently Paramount might want the rights in the UK as well, which would be kinda bad because that means no Doctor Who on iPlayer. Or does it? Like, these are the big conversations that are being had behind the scenes that may allow for Doctor Who to be made, but is it even a good idea? I mean, obviously, we as fans don't actually know the inner workings of the BBC at all. Like, this is just speculation and guesswork, but if the BBC are able to fund Doctor Who, is it not safer to just let the BBC and BBC Studios do that? Because what happens if you go with Paramount, then just like Disney, big relaunch, new Doctor, new this, and it doesn't quite go as well as you'd hoped. Does it then come off Paramount? Is Doctor Who now just in a purgatory of Disney had a go, didn't work, Paramount had a go, didn't work, Amazon will have a go, didn't work, and then it gets cancelled? Like, how long does this go on for? But at the same time, if it can get out actual, like, good funding from a streamer, because they say it on the Restless Entertainment podcast, actually, but, like, it is the right idea to sort of partner with a streamer and get money in. Like, the idea is there, but it didn't quite work for a multitude of reasons. Maybe this is another shot. I mean, you come back to a big nostalgic special, Tennant, Piper, etc., that then goes, okay, we've wiped the slate clean, here's a new iteration of Doctor Who with someone other than Russell T Davies writing it. Maybe that's a positive future, but as I say, these are just the talks that are happening with Bad Wolf from the BBC at the moment. There is nothing officially confirmed. Do let me know in the comments whether you think Paramount Plus would be a good home for Doctor Who, or whether you'd prefer it on Netflix. I see a lot of people saying Apple TV is where it should be, because that's the place that sort of sci-fi and high-end sci-fi goes nowadays. So maybe Apple TV's a better partnership, maybe Netflix, because Charlie Brooker would be a fantastic new showrunner. He does Black Mirror and stuff on Netflix. Maybe that pairing there. I mean, Netflix are going to need some new big IPs after Stranger Things is done. But as I say, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do remember to like, comment, subscribe and share. All of that really helps me out a lot. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you!
She's not seen a single episode.
No, I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.